Don't push your luck.
This should be fun.
With sword comes shadow.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That light from your body. It's like the time into your heart. Wow, it's Madame Ping's shockwave. This granny's really strong.
I miscalculated.
You're not going to. Disgusting.
Cut to the chase. Speed of light. With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil. Cast your fear of injury by the wayside and fight with all your might. I too did this during the Archon War.
So this is what Ganyu's like in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast!
Spirit, that perhaps you can withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them in battle.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Justice will prevail!
Food. This should be fun.
Stop right there!
Ninjutsu!
My duty.
Yeah, just...
Exercise caution! I fear that the god's power has reached its peak! In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right? Cut to the chase! You asked for it!
I guess.
Drop your weapons!
Looks like I went too far. So. Cool it.
Nowhere to hide.
This is it.
Hands where I can see them! Final warning! The Fatui's numbers are thinning!
Fight on, comrades! Once we finish this lot off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god.
interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
Is it...
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade. The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room, but with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago. Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world, establishing a network of contracts which has since come to be known as trade. But I dared not speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Right! That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story of the Animal Archon sought to quell the strife.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right.
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I...
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millilith. I have come to extend my thanks to the... I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as although I am a mere mortal soldier. I promise.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millilith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty. Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between...
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, conqueror of demons.
Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. All's well that ends well, huh? Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing. Child wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own, so Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death, too? Hyman doesn't get it. But isn't the strongest lead we have the Adeptiless rite of parting that we're organizing? No idea where... Zhongli's gone. Let's ask for him at Wangshen Funeral Parlor.
Is there anything I can do for you two? I'm afraid that
We've come to see Zhongli.
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the... Last time we saw Zhongli, do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visited? We had better go and make sure...
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation...
Don't take it to heart, child. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Child.
It's you two. I believe we've met... Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard...
No, don't let her get... You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, so it might be best to keep things peaceful.
Well, if it isn't you two, this is our first time...
Paimon knew that we should...
Oh, now don't say that. Sure, I may have misled... Besides, I thought we were getting along quite well together, didn't... Nothing personal. We just have different views, that's all. The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract.
is fulfilled. That which thou...
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chio? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all.
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract.
Yeah, you don't think you went a little bit too far with that whole fake death thing? Everyone was preparing the ceremony for you, and splat! This big dragon...
Gathering all the forces that had been bubbling behind the scenes, and then stirring them together.
Wait, what?
Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. Until one drizzly day, as I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers. I stood motionless among the crowds, asking my...
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its... So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Child, the Adepti, and the Liyue chief. Indeed I was. The Gnosis which I had kept for so many years. That's right.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and...
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue.
In the end, the resolution to all that has... Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably... Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Li. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti. They seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue's divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by...
Huh? That doesn't sound...
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse?
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god...
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for... Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always...
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter.
Fine. I'll meet you there late.
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good
Realistically speaking.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years I have made... My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journey.
Today's the day of the rite of parting. Although the Star of the the show is fake? We've spent so much time trying to organize it. It would be a real shame not to go there now.
Well, since we're going through with this rite of parting...
So Rex Lapis is really...
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what? There's only one real possibility in my mind.
The Fatui?
Shh! Lower your voice.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere.
Yes, and to think that this happened...
Say...
Now that you mention it, I mean it all. Still, what sort of...
Ah, forget it.
Hear ye all! Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must... Gods and Adepti live glorious lives. But both light and rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that, having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Qixings announced. So that's how they're... Something feels off. Could the Qixing already... Did Zhongli tell them in... Exactly, right? Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But
the long, unending dream of our archive.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new...
So concludes the words of Her Eminence. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking...
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way!
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa!
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
And to think, but it seems as if, well, that's fine.
As for the mortals and Adepti of Liyue, what shape?
Perhaps mementos...
Zhongli, look at this. Everyone in Liyue is cut, and here you are looking...
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden? Right, if the two of you can spare the time.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were...
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this, when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I'm...
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora...
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. The Archon Morax could never experience life as the... I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli. That is true. But there is no...
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue...
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbor... Yes, the Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex...
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma...
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the Zhongli, since you...
It's because of visions.
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate... This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed...
That's how people into...
But starting from last year, the
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order...
They want to seize visions.
I should think that in the
Whoa!
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away. Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage, 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. Kuching is absolutely right. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, could the original person who brought up the idea... All right then. Was there anything else you wished to know?
That's right. Zhongli, since Morax is dead... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a length...
This is terrible!
Yes, this is indeed... Well,
Then, did you at least set some...
Oh, a private fund. It's a...
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I did... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement...
These are indeed false accusations. But it remains undeniably true that I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth. Ha. Those poor... All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? That was a good one. Failing at... That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to I hinted as much to the Adepti as... How did I accomplish that, you ask? All right then. Was there anything else you wish... That said, I hinted as much to the... How did I accomplish that? All right then. Was there anything else you... Well then, I suppose you'll have to find a way...
I am Kujo Sara. You may forget my name, but this you must know. On my watch, Inazuma will always be defended, and the will of the show...
Here's the Academia's Distinguished Scholar Award. This is the Sumeru Puzzlers League Lifetime Achievement Award. And there's something from the Synopsium on Ruin Mechanisms. What do you think? Got it? Sure, I'll hang out with you youngsters.
I will lead us to victory.
Dare to mess with me?